Hello, guys. I hope I'm pretty sure you can hear me. Yeah, audio's all right. Everything's going to run. Just gonna make sure, especially after last week's, just gonna make sure everything's running order. But welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the second season of our 2026 season of the Formula One League. Now, obviously, the game's 2025, but the update will come and we'll have the 2026 regulation cars very soon, hopefully. But nonetheless, welcome back. This time we're going to be starting off in Silverstone, week 4 of 8. After this, we're going to have a week break and then we'll be back right after. And I think it's Circuit of the Americas, COTA, if I'm not wrong. I could be wrong, but nonetheless, I'll let you guys know. You'll be seeing it on our Instagrams if you do follow us there at Gibraltar Esports Gevga. You'll see us on Instagram. I post frequently, try to at least, at times try and accommodate. But nonetheless, let's bring up some of the standings in the season's points. Right now, we have, obviously, Shelly's in P1. We know that, definitely. Even after last race, where he didn't come first, he was second, if I'm not wrong. Either way, very impressive race. I did do some of the numbers. Sadly, it came out completely wrong for me. So I'm going to have to wait and try and get this all updated for you guys. But nonetheless, Shelly is in first place with 68 points. Then it's Charles in P2. And then it's Godzilla in P3, followed by Derek in P4. So the top 4 right there, it's quite impressive, to be honest. It is quite impressive. We're just waiting currently for some of the guys to invite us into the lobby. Let me just get that all sorted out for you. Because honestly, the quicker we can get in, the better for us. Let's see, there we go. Okay, and we're in. Perfect, we're in the lobby. Now we need to wait for this to start. And now it's gonna get quite intense. Like I said, it is gonna be in Silverstone. We've got 18 laps of intense racing to do. And I already know these guys are gonna deliver. Currently, we're gonna have quite a good squad going. And it being Silverstone, it is technically our home race. So, you know what? If you want to run a home race, you can say that. You can say we are British Seas British Seas territory now. So, you know what? We can say this. Nonetheless, it's a very historic track, the first track in Formula One, if I'm not wrong. Now, we're going to have some very challenging corners when it comes to Maggots and Beckett's. That is going to be quite an intensely fast chicane, and I'm excited to see these drivers go around it now. But I want to get your guys' opinions in the chat. Get to saying it. What do you think is going to happen in this race? Who do you think is going to win? Who do you want to win? And most importantly, what do you think of the stream so far? What are you thinking of the season so far? Given your opinions, I'll happily talk to you guys and mention everything you want. But for now, I'm going to be going back and sorting out the rest of the stream. Just get everything nice and polished for you guys so we don't have any more issues. But I'll be catching you very shortly. So I'm just going to show you some of our ads. Don't worry, they'll be there for a short period of time. And then we'll get into the racing. See you now. And now we're back onto the laps. We're going to be getting here. And if you look at it with close attention, you will notice that it's actually raining here at Silverstone for the qualifying session, which is actually going to be quite intense. Because mind you this, last time we had rain was in Barcelona, which is the first race we actually did. And it was honestly quite intense. It had quite a bit of a shift up in the entire like standings situation. Everyone was kind of scrobbling everywhere. We had some drivers that we hadn't seen previously up in the top ranks. But today, we've got ourselves 11 drivers. Our 11 drivers are ready to go. We've got Perry, Ninjax, VDF, the Eagle, sorry for the pronunciation, Charles in P4, Derek P5, Wilson P6. Then we've got Bot Skimmo here in P7, Laggy in P8, number 53 P9, Sheddy P10, and Godzilla in P11. Lovely. It's going to get good. It's going to be a great time, and I already know that we're going to see some fantastic stuff out on track. Currently, the one in the lead is Charles. Obviously, he's come out of the pits first. He's eager to get on the track, this wet track. We do know that Charles is actually preferred of the wet tracks. He does like a wet race. We've seen it from him. He performs immaculately well in the rain. The Rainmeister of the season, in my opinion. So let's see if he can really put that down. And as we've seen, watch go down through Maggots and Beckett's here, going down to Chapel and after the hangar straight. It's going to be a great race for certain. And actually, now that I say this, let me just mention a great thing here, and it's a great little inclusion that I love to see all the time from especially number 53 here, is he's made a specific livery for Silverstone, and he's also dropped one of his sponsors because of the DNF last race. Sadly, if you weren't here, he did get a DNF and he didn't manage to keep the sponsor. I think it was Bowie, or might be wrong there, but look at that lovely little livery on his car. Oh, I love it. I just love the way he makes it, honestly. It's quite lovely. And here we already have Sean in the chat. Ninjax for P1. Honestly, very well could happen today. He's still in the pits, though. He doesn't want to come out, as it would seem. But we're going to be watching Charles now going for his first hot lap of the season, of the weekend here. Oh, what happened there? He must have just... Perry was in the way, maybe? Yeah, I'm assuming Perry must have been in the way. He's not going full throttle anymore. He's just got to let it go. Or is he going for it? No, I don't think he will be, but no, you never know, I guess. But nonetheless, let's just get around. We'll see what's going to be happening there. And he gets purple sector 1. Obviously, being the first car around the track, it will happen to him, obviously. Now, I want to get your guys' opinion. What is your favorite track, and what track do you think we should visit in this season? Well, we obviously know the seasons that will come out. What's your favorite track in the season so far? Has it already passed? Is it currently happening as we speak? Or is it still to come? And for future reference, what tracks would you like to see in the next season of the Formula 1 League? Season 3 now it would be. Jesus, that is... It's crazy to think, actually. It's mental. But enough chatting about that. Let's get down to the racing. Like I said, 18 corners of racing here. A very historic track once again. As you see Charles going down the hangar straight. Now, obviously, because of the rain, he won't... Actually, no, what am I wrong about? He should have DRS, doesn't he? He's going down to Stowe, which is corner 15. Now, all these tracks, all these corners have a name, which is actually quite impressive, because some tracks don't. But as we're seeing him now, he's going into Vale, going down to Club Corner, and he'll actually be going down the Lewis Hamilton Straight. If it is still called that, I'm pretty sure it is. Rightfully so, as we see Charles come across the line, he's saying a 140 flat. Not the greatest time ever, but you know what? Sometimes it just happens, and it didn't seem like he was having his best lap ever. But speaking of a great lap, I think we're going to be saying maybe magically from Gad. No, he's not. He's going to be setting another lap just like Charles, with a 142. In retrospect, Charles did amazing. And then Bot Skimmo with a 141, and then Godzilla absolutely thwomping it there with a 139.1. Obviously, and then Sherry with a 139.9. Great stuff to see from the top contenders here. Mind you this, the top 3 now are in the top 3. Oh, I say that quite obviously. But the top 3 being in the championship standing points are currently in the top 3 grid positions. We have Sherry, who is P1 in our championship with 68 points. I'm not wrong, it's Charles in P2 now in the championship with 52 points. And then Godzilla with 48, if I'm not wrong. And pardon me for my cough of just... Apparently I've managed to catch something, a little bit of a cold or what you would call it. But nonetheless, the show must go on. Who's in the gravel? Oh, it looked like Gad had a spin there. Honestly, it's not really a good weekend. It's not been a good few weekends for the Centauri F1 team at all, by any means. But now, actually, I think Derek in P9... Derek invalidated his lap. He was going to be coming in for a very hot lap there. When Ninjax closely followed behind... No, pardon me, not Ninjax followed behind. But Ninjax is on a hot lap, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, he definitely is. He's absolutely sending that Formula 1 car around the track. In P11, actually, which would be... Let's see. Yeah, it is going to be Wilson. What's he going to do coming around... Where is he now? Honestly, it's quite confusing. Everyone's got different cars. But nonetheless, Charles setting in P1 himself there with a 138.8. A fantastic marker there. And Perry pushing himself into P3, pushing down Shetty into P4 with a 139.6. Great stuff to see there from Perry. Great stuff there. Love to see stuff like that happening all the time. We're going to go in Ninjax now. He is on Maggots and Beckett's now. Shetty with a 137.5, putting himself down into P1 once again. Because obviously with the track being wet, you're not going to be able to get the max performance out of the car that you would expect to get in a regular dry race. And obviously with the fact that DRS isn't open because it's raining, also does hinder your car quite a significant amount. Although we have seen Charles and Sherry actually perform immaculately well in these wet conditions. So it just shows some drivers actually prefer having a wet track over a dry, which is quite crazy to think. As we see Ninjax go around the corner now with a 142.3, putting himself into P10. Now just waiting for Derek here to set his hot lap. He's definitely on one, I'll tell you that. Right now he's on Hanger Straight, going down into Stowe, down to Vale very shortly here in that amazingly red car. He's got he's actually managing his battery consumption very well. Has a slight lockup into corner 16, now into Club. We see that car, he's keeping it very strong, and I think it's going to be I think this is going to be a top contending time. Is it going to be? It's going to be, 39.6. Great time there from Derek into P4. He pushes himself right up there. Actually, we've got one of his, a follower for Derek here, KD. Derek for pole easily. Honestly, you never know. Still got a bit of time till that bell rings. Till 10 minutes of qualifying still left. So it is still anyone's game to go. Now we're going to be the Laggy. I think he's going for a fastest lap. He's going to be starting it, I think, right? Oh, yeah, he's on it right now. Pardon me. It's just so hard to tell sometimes with the colours on the screen. Because it's just, if you look at them, they look damn near the same. And Godzilla, though, setting in a 138.1. Great stuff there to see from him, pushing forward to P2. So far, the top 5, and there's Gad pushing himself into 6th with a 144, pushing down Eagle to 7th with a 147. Although, things considered here, all the drivers seem to be reasonably spaced. Shetty in P1 with a 137.5, Godzilla with a 138.1, Charles with a 138.8, Derek with a 139.6, Perry with a 139.6, Gad 53 with a 140.4, Eagle with a 140.7, Bot Skimmer with a 140.9, Laggy with a 141.2, Wilson with a 141.8, and Ninjax to end it off with the 11th driver with a 142.3. Mind you this, the margins are close, so it is still really anyone's to win. It's never going to be certain. And I think, I just need to get, yeah, it's Eagle now. No, Laggy, pardon me, going around the last sets of corners here. Coming down into Club. I could see this being quite a quick lap here if he manages to nail it down, which I think he manages to. And he pushes himself into P4. Great stuff to see from Laggy there, pushing down Derek into P5. A 39.3. A remarkably quick lap time as well. Fantastic stuff to see there from Laggy with an actual exceptional livery on his car, actually. Love that to see. Love to see that there. But nonetheless, come on guys, get active in the chat. Tell me what you think's going to happen this race. Who do you want to win? And what are your predictions for this qualifying session? As we see Bot Skimmer there slow down. Now we just need to keep our eyes on the track, because currently I think that's number 53. He's invalidated his lap time. He's going too quick for his own self at this point. Going into the pits, I'd assume. I don't see him going for another hot lap. Yeah, he goes into the pits there. We're going to have a look around. Is it Wilson over there? No, it's not. Wilson is in the pits. What am I on about? Maybe it's... No, it can't be Laggy. Could it be? Could it be Laggy? Laggy is obviously up ahead there. Going down right now into Cop's Corner. Another very famous corner and a infamous corner if you were watching a few seasons ago. I think it was the 2021 season or 2022 with Hamilton and Verstappen, where controversial crash happened. Hamilton went down the inside and Max in the rear. Went right into the barrier and completely shunted his car. I think it was 51 G's max experience in that crash, which is insane to think. Absolutely mental. Oh, here we go. Okay. Let's get back into the racing. We're going to be with Charles now, who I think is on a hot lap, if I'm not wrong. It definitely seems it. That definitely does seem it. Now going into oh no, it definitely doesn't seem it. I think I'm losing. You know what? I'm losing my eyesight. Everything there. It must be. It must be the only logical reason. Ninjax is currently the only driver that's going to be on. No, me when I lie. Bot Skimmo as well. The 140.9 is in 10th place. Ninjax in 9th with the 140.8. So even then, the back markers and midfielders, they're all relatively close together. Wilson, the 140.8. Ninjax actually, might I say, pulled a great lap time. I think he had a 142.3, so he's taken off 2.3, roughly 2 seconds and a bit off of his lap time. I'm pretty sure he had that. I can't remember exactly what he had, but I know he had a different. Pardon me, I'm having a bit of a moment there with talking. I'm tripping over my own words. Evidently, I'm too excited for Silverstone to start, aren't I? But nonetheless, like I was saying, great stuff for Ninjax there. A great recovery race and a fantastic lap to put himself up into P9, into the points. Great stuff to see. As watching Perry now, he is a world champion in our league, so it's never undermine Perry. He comes through and he does absolutely mental things with that car. Currently, a few drivers are out on track, on outlaps, in their pits. We got only who's in their pits? Only 3 drivers, which happen to be Laggy, Charles, and Shetty. Shetty actually just comfortably in his car. I think he's just sitting back watching the TV a little bit. Might as well. He's in P1. He's got nothing much more to prove himself. Perry, though, as you just see him absolutely battling that car around Maggis and Beckett's down to into the Chapel corner. He goes, oh, I think that's... Is that not invalidated? I thought that would have been. He's got his four tyres across the white line, but you know what? He didn't. So, in the end of the day, that's pretty good. That is some pretty good stuff. Perry's going to be going in for his fastest lap, I'm pretty sure. Going into corner 16 now. We're going to be seeing this purple car potentially get onto the top step here. You never know. With Perry, it's unpredictable. And I think it's coming around the last corner with 36, 37. And he does a 37.5 for Perry, putting himself into P2. It's like I said, never ever underestimate the power of Perry. Into P2 he goes, projecting himself a great race and a fantastic start. Because, mind you, just having the inside line in Silverstone means absolutely anything in corner 1. Great stuff to see. He pushed down Godzilla into P3. Godzilla is going to have to respond to that, though. As he is right now, he's just started it, actually. He's just started his fastest lap. Well, his hot lap. Pardon me, not his fastest. You never know what you can do here. Pardon me. Had a little bit of a nick in my throat. Not a fun one. I always manage to get like a little bit of a sickness or a cold, and it's just never fun to get one when I'm streaming because my voice just tends to hurt. Just does. There's not much more to say about it. Don't worry. I've got my water on hand, and I'm absolutely ready for anything to happen. We're going to stay on board with Gad 53 now, as he goes into the Cops, going towards the Cops corner now. Actually, the start for the MotoGP track is right there, but into Cops there, seeing the infamous Magnets and Beckett's, like I will say many a times in this race. Get ready to hear that. You're going to be hearing that quite a lot. Very, very famous track. Very famous corners, might I add. And Magnus and Beckett's in the rain. This must be a peril to absolutely navigate. I can't imagine it being any more easier. And honestly, if you guys were here in last stream, hopefully, I'm just going to knock on wood there, that we don't have a single incident when it comes to the stream. Last stream we had, the computer just wanted to reboot itself. Everything was going wrong. It's all been cleared up. I cleared it up last week. And as of right now, like I said, if you have some wood at home, knock on it because Lord knows we need it. Keep it there. And pardon me for absolutely undermining what an incredible lap Bot Skimmo's just done. Because honestly, Gad just set an even quicker one of a 36.8. Pushes up into P1. Pushing down Shetty and Bot Skimmo. Bot Skimmo, though, with a remarkable lap time from himself. With a 37.5. Absolutely insane to see there from Bot Skimmo. And Derek putting himself into P2 with a 37.2. Pardon me there, guys. My lord. Okay, so now everyone is trying to get into the 37s. And we even have Godzilla, who's in a 36. We're going to keep a close eye on Charles here, because we know he managed to pull the rug under a lot of people's feet right now. And, oh, he gets the car a little bit squeezy. He doesn't stay on track as much as he wanted to. Is it going to be enough? And I think it is. It just is. He simply does it every single time we want him. 36-2 from Charles there. Closely followed by Sheddy with a 42-4. He's going to be starting his lap now. But Charles in the top step of the podium, a 36-2. A remarkable lap time for a remarkable driver in the wet. You know what? I'll give you some pat on the back for that because that was absolutely insane to see. Fantastic stuff. And you know what? I suspect we're going to see another insane just drive here from our, honestly, at this point, homegrown, because this man is more of a Lewis Hamilton supporter than anyone I've ever met a day in my life. It's number 53. This is his home race for certain, and I can guarantee you this. He wants to perform. Now, can he perform in the rain? That is another question in and of itself with number 53. Perry pushes himself into P2 there. Great stuff from Perry, a 36-3. Pardon me. My lord. I'm getting too excited. I think I need to lower the decibels. Because evidently it's absolutely destroying me. Give me a minute. I'm just going to have a little bit of a water break. I'll be back in a few seconds. And we're back. Great stuff, and we're back. Now, let me just figure out if I've missed anything. I don't think I have. I'm going to try and keep my voice on the down low, because honestly, if I keep shouting, I think I'm going to have a cough up half my lung, maybe, if even. But nonetheless, we're going to be watching Laggy now in P7 with a Purple Sector 2. But now, are we going to see a predicted Purple Sector 3 here from Laggy? No, we're not. Although, it's Purple Sector that he went into the pits. Obviously, his fuel might not... it probably was that. Probably ran out of fuel mid-go, which is quite crazy to think. Let me see. I think it's P5 with Derek. Let's stay on board with Derek. Let's give him some time in the sun, because to be fair, he's been setting absolutely incredible lap time. Sherry with a 36.6. Still coughing. There's nothing helping me. There's absolutely nothing helping my situation here. But nonetheless, we move. The top three, currently, I'm liking the look of it. With Charles in P1, Perry in P2, and Sherry P3. Obviously, I can only assume that we're going to see some great retaliation here from Derek and from Godzilla. As qualifying ends, actually. Pardon me, I didn't even keep an eye on the time there. I had no clue. But we're going to see the last few laps happen here with Derek, and I think it's done it. He's done it, surely. A 36.3. P2 for Derek. Fantastic stuff to see from him. On board is Sheddy now as well. Gad 53 didn't do the time that I thought he would, but a 39 flat. You know what? Impressive. Give yourself a pat on the back for that, man. That is great stuff to see, regardless of what you've done. We're going to see Sherry now come around the last set of corners here. Currently, yeah, he's definitely done a blazer of a lap time. It looks it, and I think it is a 35-2. That's it. That's it. Everyone, pack your bags and go home. At this point, this man just wants to take away the entire season by this race. A 35-2 from Sheddy. Now, mind you, this Godzilla still needs to finish. He's on his hot lap. This is the man right now that has the potential to beat, and he's drifting the car. Did you see that little bit of Tokyo drift action there in a Formula 1 car? I wonder, is he going to stick it? I think he's going to have to. He retired. He knew he didn't get it. But you know what? Great stuff there. A fantastic qualifying session from the drivers. Sad to see. I thought we were going to about to see a masterclass from Godzilla there, but the rain got the best of him, and it just happens sometimes. But nonetheless, fantastic stuff, lads. Great race. That was a honestly, a fantastic race. Great stuff to see. Now, I'll catch you all in the race now. That was a great qualifying. Now, with the standings here, Sheddy P1, Charles P2, Derek P3, Perry P4, Godzilla P5, Botskimo P6, Laggy P7, Eagle in P8, 53 in 9th, Ninjax in 10th, and Wilson to finish off in 11th. Great stuff to see. Catch you all in the race now. And we're back. And now we're going to be in racing pace, which is going to be great stuff to see. It is dry. It's like what I said prior. It's an exact replica of Barcelona, where Barcelona was raining during qualifying and was completely bone dry during the race. So here we are. That's the tyre strategy for today. One stops, obviously, going from the softs to the mediums or from the softs to the hards. Well, let's actually see what our drivers are on. Most of them, actually, it's fairly close with it being 50-50 nearly, with the mediums to the softs. It's very close to being 50-50 actually, you know what? Fair enough. Mediums to softs, so I'm assuming we're going to see mediums to maybe hards. No, it's mediums to softs, and then softs to hards, which is going to be a great strategy to see. And great racing overall. And once again, pardon me if I do cough. I hope you can understand, my voice is completely shattered. We're going to be seeing on board, we're going to start with Charles for this first start of the Silverstone Grand Prix. I'm excited. You should be excited. Get your food, get your snacks, get your drink, whatever you need. Have a lovely evening. Have a lovely little show with us, because these guys are about to perform all for you. Now, like standard procedure, I will definitely stay quiet as the red lights go. So here we are. Get ready for racing. And it's lights out, away we go at Silverstone. We're leading here with Sherry into corner one. Charles closely following behind. Perry closing off Botskimo. Derek closely followed behind by Charles. A few drivers go off the side there. Godzilla and I'm pretty sure Wilson into corner one. They went off the grid there. But it's alright. Godzilla, the 3-second time penalty due to the corner cutting. Botskimo makes an overtake there on Godzilla. Into P5 he goes himself. I need to remember to lower my voice down. But now already, we're seeing some great stuff into Brooklands now. We're seeing Sheddy with a lot of pressure by Charles. Charles was even trying to go down the inside there of corner 6. Now to go to Luffield corner. You can see Charles really knows this track. He's going down the inside. He's barely given any space. He's tapped his wing. He might have just done some damage. I hope he hasn't for his own sake. But nonetheless, they keep the racing going. Sheddy is in an immense amount of pressure from Charles, but Charles is likewise that because of Derek. Now, coming out of Cobb's corner into Maggots and Beckett's, we can only assume that it's going to be an absolute mess now on the Hanger Straight. That is for certain. Pardon me if I do mute, because that's just me coughing my lungs out. Nonetheless, down the Hanger Straight, you can see all the cars there. It's absolute carnage out on the track in P4 with Perry. Perry's getting the move done. He gets the move done on Derek, but Derek's going to react straight away with that. Derek with a great defensive play there. Keeps his P3 live and ready. Botskimo in P4. Great overtake there on Perry. They make a little bit of contact, but Botskimo evidently got the move done. Sherry with the fastest lap. But great stuff to see there. Great start, honestly, from the race in general. We're going to go on board with Laggy now, who's chasing down Godzilla, who is in P6, which is a sad upset for him. Let's see where he's dropped from. He's dropped down one position then from P5. Botskimo with an absolute blinder with 2 positions gained since the start of the race. Likewise with Wilson. Number 53, though, unluckily, is in 11th place right now. Whatever's happened, evidently, he's not been able to perform as well as he has recently. Something's up with his car. Maybe it's with his driving. Maybe it's something else. We don't know. But I guarantee you we're going to see something great happen from Godzilla, from number 53 in this race. I can guarantee you. I feel it coming. Now, as you can see, all the times are getting relatively close with each other. Only Derek's the one that's broken. A few other drivers actually have broken DRS, but nonetheless, I can guarantee you this, is that right now we're going to be seeing some great overtakes here, and I could only assume that that's going to happen anytime soon now with Perry and Botskim coming into Stowe. Once again, sorry guys for my voice. Evidently it's not the stream, it's me, but nonetheless, into Stowe goes Botskimo, followed behind Perry. Now into the Vale chicane now. Botskimo has a lot to defend here. He's got a lot to defend with Perry right behind him. Mind you, Perry is closely followed behind by Godzilla. Pardon me there, I just need to breathe a little bit in life. But nonetheless, show must go on. Yeah, honestly, I thought Godzilla was going to make a move there. Oh, and Perry locks up and Godzilla tries the move there, actually. I thought the move was going to get done right there. I'm not even going to lie to you. Although, man, Sherry's pulling away with nearly two seconds already. Derek, though, going into Cops. Are we about to see a corner in the same realm as Max and Hamilton? No, we didn't, which is honestly a blessing and a curse, because we don't want to see a crash like that happen to our drivers. Let's keep them safe. Let's keep them in the race for as long as they can, because honestly, 18 laps of racing isn't a lot, so they better soak it up once we're in Silverstone. Going down the hangar straight now. Charles has not got DRS. Derek does. Derek capitalizes on that. Goes around the outside here into Stowe. Derek pulls through. Pardon me once again. Oh, man. My lord. Being sick is not fun. I guarantee you that. Being sick is not fun whatsoever. But nonetheless, we're going to go in. Oh, and there's been contact there with Wilson and Ninjax. Wilson and Ninjax spin right in front of number 53. You know what? Great time to cut to him, honestly. And thank you, Lewis, for saying what a race. Thank you. Another great one of my mates as Max that comes to these streams quite often. Thank you for supporting it. Absolutely love to see you here, man. Thank you. But look at that. Did you see that there with Eagle and Gad? I thought we were about to see some more contact happening there. I was certain there was going to be something happening. Nonetheless, Gad is going for it. I'm pretty sure into the Brooklands corner here. He doesn't. He just holds back a little bit more. He knows it's a bit too dangerous for him to do that. And obviously, guys, once again, I'm sorry if the electricity of this race isn't going to be exactly the same. Due to my voice being quite bad and my cough just wanting to actually have a fit with itself, I can't project the same amount of emotion at times. So I might sound mellow and crazy, but trust me, on the inside it's absolutely eating me up that I can't scream at this. But Charles making a move there onto... what's happened? Not happened to Derek, has it? What's happened to Derek there? Oh, and he's spun coming out of Magnus and Beckett, I can only assume. What a shame, man. Derek's out. Oh my god, there's been contact there in the back with Eagle. And what is happening with number 53? That right there was just unruly. There was just such bad contact there. That car was absolutely battered there. Botskimo now following right behind Godzilla. Godzilla, honestly, don't ever look down on a rookie, because Botskimo being a rookie, and look at him. He's absolutely putting the pace in this pack. Come on, I want to see some great stuff here from Botskimo, because now I know that his mother is here. Hello to Botskimo's mother. I agree. Go on, Botskimo. Get that P3 for yourself right now. Come on. There's no time like the present, and you might as well just seize it right now. Going into Brooklands now to Luffield Corner. Botskimo really needs to put it down here. Mind you, we still have quite a lot of laps of racing to go. Roughly, what, 13 laps to go? 13 laps, sorry, there. My throat's a bit messed up still. But now into Cop's Corner. Corner 9, by the way. Obviously, it's like I said, 18 corners. It's not a massive track by any means. It's actually quite a small track in comparison to some of the tracks we're going to be racing this season. Especially with Spa. But Botskimo, oh, he loses the car just a little bit easy. You can just see some of the drivers where their weak points are on the track. And right there, evidently, Godzilla's is much stronger than Botskimo's. What a shame to see from Derek, man. What a shame. And there goes Perry through. I didn't even notice Perry was even anywhere near Botskimo. But Perry got the move done, and he's overtaken Botskimo on the Stowe corner. Perry has the lockup. Is Botskimo going to actually perform here again and try and get that corner back? Mind you, this with a DRS zone here, he might be able to get that done. Oh, no, he doesn't. He backs off. You know, it's being reasonable and it's being fair, which is exactly what we want to see. We don't want to see people crashing all the time. Oh, no, I think we're seeing Ninjax is our first driver in the pits. It's either Ninjax... Oh, no, it's Wilson in the pits. As our first driver in the pit during this race. I love that message from Botskimo's mother there in the chat. If you guys have a look there, I'll say it anyways. Drive like the feds are behind you. You know what? Good motivation for him, definitely. I'll tell you that much. Definitely some good motivation. Number 53 overtaking Eagle there as well. Sorry, I wasn't watching that. Let's actually cut right back to that action. They're wheel to wheel. going into, they're going to be going to Cobb's corner. I fear there's going to be something happening here. Let's stay on board. Let's stay right here with Eagle and number 53. Oh, Eagle goes off the track there. He just gets his tires completely off. He became a lawnmower for 0.5 seconds. You know what? You know what? We live in a world right now where be happy, do as you please. And evidently, he wants to be his car wants to be a lawnmower these days. But I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving this race, though. Great stuff to see. Absolutely fantastic and electrical stuff. Now, mind you this, when the car does that, obviously, going into the grass is never a preferred thing. Obviously, it must have been an oversight from Eagle there. It's just, you know, honestly, these cars do suit to be lawnmowers. They've got that massive front wing on them that they can absolutely clear a front lawn any 5 minutes if they wanted to. He's losing the gap there, sadly, to number 53, which absolutely sucks to see. But I'm sure he'll be able to get his get back now. A lovely livery on his car, actually, as well, with the eagle on the side. This is a little insignia. Let's see that. With a Laggy following right behind Botskimo. Botskimo has quite a lot to lose in this situation, because if he just keeps going down, this is not going to be preferable for him. Because Derek in P7 has a lot right now that he really wants to gain back. Sadly, with that spin he had coming out of Maggotts and Beckett's, he absolutely set his race back a decent bit. I would have predicted Derek to win the race. Sadly, though, with the incident happening, it kind of negates that situation. I've just seen Laggy go like a bit off the track as well. Obviously, Cops being a very fast corner, followed by Maggotts and Beckett. It's also quite a quick chicane as well, up to this part here, which is the Chapel corner now. Now, that leads to the hangar straight. Botskimo won't have DRS, but Laggy definitely will. Now, going into Stowe, this is where Botskimo really needs to defend with all of his might. Pardon me. I'm surprised, obviously, that the overtake didn't happen there. Now to the Vale chicane here. Seeing Botskimo, he's really a good defensive driver overall. We have seen it from him these past few races, and especially today, I'd argue. It's highlighted that he's doing a really great race for himself. Honestly, great stuff to see. And I think he's taking up the advice from his mother to run that defender behind him. And if that's the motivation you need, you know what? I'm not going to knock it. You might as well have it, yeah? You might as well. But now, we're going to be because now we start to settle in. 10 laps left to go only. We start to settle into the pace of the race. Shetty, honestly, at this point, is there even a point of even watching him? He's so far ahead. It's actually insane. Look at that. The closest driver to him is 7 seconds behind him, which is Charles. It's like he's in a different race at times, which is crazy to think. Now, I'm going to stay on board here, because I think I can only predict that we're going to see an overtake here from Laggy on that hangar straight. Surely, Wilson and Eagle overtaking each other. Wilson with some great points up here. He's doing a great work around the track, I'll tell you that much. Especially after going into the pit house so recently. Laggy and Botskimo, let's see who's better at these corners. And so far, it looks like Laggy is a better driver at these corners. He takes his corners much nicer than Botskimo. But like I said, Laggy has DRS. You can see him reeling him in there. Botskimo is in a lot of danger right now. He's not close enough, though, to attack. We're going to go into P3 here. Wheel to wheel into the Vale chicane is Charles and Godzilla. And they're so close, the cars are basically touching. And Godzilla gets the move done. Oh, and Botskimo gets a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's a shame to see. But a great battle there. Sadly, my coughing absolutely disrupted it, I'd say. But great stuff to see there from Godzilla and Charles. They were wheel to wheel, and evidently Godzilla got away with it. Great battling there from either of the drivers. Fantastic stuff to see. And I can only predict Charles is actually going to try it again. Pardon me. We're going to stay on board. You know what? If it's not the stream having issues, it's me having issues. I don't know what to think anymore. I haven't been coughing that much today. Now I can't stop. As I was sipping my water, I was ready to spit it out. I thought I was about to see a crazy overtake there on Cop's corner. And I love to just analyze the cars now, because mind you this is the corner that you see a lot of the drivers slow down on, but Charles has it absolutely down to a T there. You can just see how quick he gets through that there. Godzilla, great pace on him though as well. He's not allowing the DRS to even affect him that much more. which is quite hard to do on this, especially on hanging straight, definitely. I'll tell you that much. Charles goes into the pits. Perry, I'm only assuming. Oh, Perry's not going to the pits. Oh, Perry has a lock up though. Let's see the drivers that have gone into the pits and what their strategies are. So far, pardon me, it went right past it. We have drivers like Bot Skimmer have gone into the pits, Gad53 has gone into the pits, and Ninjax have gone into the pits, and so is Eagle. And obviously now Charles in that little corral to himself. Now, mind you, as I will say, 53 is having a bit of a redemption going for himself. Although, let's try and not play bumper cars, because every time I've gone to him, there's been a bit of an incident with him. In P10, actually, we're going to go into Eagle and Wilson battling it out. Eagle and Wilson, these two, a common pair to fight. Look how great these drive. Let's see what they do here. I'm actually quite interested to see what's going to happen here. Caution sector 1 and 2. Don't know what happened there. Must be a bit of a glitch with the AI. 8 laps of racing left to go, and we will be done with the race already. It's such a shame it goes by so quickly. You know what? That's actually a nod towards the drivers being really quick around the track. That makes it feel like it's been seconds only since the race started. But now, Eagle really needs to add pressure to Wilson if he wants to get up to another point there. Because obviously with the 1 point he'll get in P10, he wants more. I can tell you that much, he definitely wants more. I'm just closely looking at the seconds between drivers now. Wilson and Eagle, just so close, it's actually ridiculous. Shetty's just completely gone. He's 10 seconds ahead of everyone else. He's in the pits, I'm pretty sure, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he's in the pits, if I'm not wrong. Oh my god, there's been an incident there with Eagle. Eagle and Wilson just made contact there. Oh my god. That one killed me. That one really killed me. His front wing's completely gone. Look at that. His right side of his front wing is just destroyed. There isn't a front wing to go back to, actually. That is ridiculous. I'm surprised Eagle didn't actually completely DNF there. That wall came at him at 100 miles an hour. Mental stuff. I'm shocked. You know what? Great start. I'm glad that we didn't see anyone get out there. Now, obviously here with Charles, I think Charles did a one-stop. He's done an absolute undercut of dreams there. Going on the hard compound tyre, he does not need a pit again. Now, Shetty neither, but Shetty's on the soft compound. Those tyres will be eaten up far quicker than that hard compound that Charles is using. Now, with the drivers as they are, it is quite hard to predict who can win, because Derek is P1, but Derek still needs to go into the pits, because he is on, I think, what, he's on 11 lap old mediums, isn't he? He's on 10 lap old mediums. Wait a minute. Derek might be going to the end of the race on these medium tyres, actually. Did he go into the pits early? I'm not too sure if he did. I can't remember myself correctly here. But all the drivers have gone into the pits. Derek's the only one that has. I don't know if he has to. Yeah, he has to have gone into the pits. We're on lap 11. So Derek currently did the undercut of dreams, as I would say, because his car should be able to go the length of 7 more laps. No, he doesn't. He goes into the pits now as well. I'm assuming he's going to go into the soft compound tyre to try and bring the heat as much as possible to Shetty and to Charles. And hello to Nin, a constant supporter in the chat, supporting number 53. Get the love out there for 53. He'll need it. He'll definitely need it if he wants to beat anyone in this race right now. Currently P7. Great stuff from him so far. Actually, I should have just gone right there. That's his first stop. No, is it his first stop? Yeah, it's his first stop. I was so convinced that was his second stop all of a sudden. But you know what? I was wrong. I'll hold my head high and I'll say I was wrong there. My god, Shetty is P1 now. Obviously, just... You can't get near him. You just can't get near him. 11 seconds ahead of Charles. It's just he's another caliber of driver that honestly... You always know that Shetty's going to be absolutely quick, but... It's just until you see it in margins such as this, it's gobsmacking. I tell you that. It is completely gobsmacking. In P4, Bot Skimmo trying to get now P3 from Godzilla. Are we going to see? I don't think Bot Skimmo's had a podium position this race. Eagle with a 3-second time penalty. Although, with a 10-second time penalty on Bot Skimmo, it's very unlikely that even if he were to finish in the top 3, he would even stay there. Currently, as it stands, if he were to finish where he is now, he'd be in P6. He'd finish P6 because of the 10-second time penalties. Because of speeding into the pit lane, it just absolutely shreds your time. It just does it to you. I thought, was that Wilson? I thought I went to laggy there. You know what? I must be on something these days. I'm not making much sense of myself anymore. Well, I hope you guys have been enjoying the stream. We are nearing the end of it now. Shelly with a fastest number 128.4. A 128.4. My God, it just shows, honestly, when the rain, when it's like maybe 10 seconds more, it adds to the car. It's insane what DRS does and sticky tires such as the soft compound do to your car. It's just insane. And Perry with a 28.3, it's just, you can't get better than some of them at times, man. You just can't. Let's go actually on. Let's go into a driver we haven't been spectating much this time. Let's go to Ninjax. We haven't given much love to Ninjax this race. Although he has been in quite a lot of the action currently. Let's try and give some of you guys some screen time if you want to watch yourself racing. Obviously, I can't do it all as much as I would love to. It's very difficult at times. Although, what I will say is we're going to go into Perry now, who's actually closed the gap of the DRS train there now to Botskimo. Botskimo better watch his rear end, because right now he's got a very, very determined Perry behind him on brand new soft tires. Now, I'm no genie or guru, but based on the soft compound, based on the fact that he's in DRS rage and the time he's cutting off right now, I could only assume that we're going to see an absolute masterclass from Perry here. The seasoned veteran here, coming out of Maggots and Beckett into the hangar straight. I can guarantee you we're going to see an overtake here from Perry. If he gets his corners down perfectly, which he just does, he gets the corners done so lovely there. I think we're going to see an overtake here from Perry onto Botskimo for P4. Botskimo's getting reeled in. If it's not here, it's definitely going to be soon, because look at Perry, the determination he's got right behind that purple car of his. Those soft compounds really can carry him to take this over now, and I can guarantee you with 14 laps that we've gotten done, 4 more to go, and then this race is over. Perry will get P4 unless Botskimo absolutely has a masterclass of defending here. But with DRS down the Hamilton straight, it's going to be quite difficult. You never know. Pardon me, no, there's no DRS down the Hamilton straight. What am I on about? Down the Brooklyn straight. Sorry, pardon me there for a bit of... Honestly, Sean, who doesn't deserve the ice cream? You tell me who doesn't deserve ice cream. And you know what? We'll have a talk with him. We'll have a talk, that's for sure. Godzilla also closing in the time to Charles there. We're going to have to probably go that way as well in a minute and check them out, because currently there might be 2 overtakes happening. So I'm just going to get ready at any moment here. Because honestly... Oh, and I thought... What is happening? Okay, must be a little bit of a thick issue on my side. I thought the race stopped for a second. What? God's earth? It must have been on my side. Thankfully, I don't think the stream was affected, which is great. But... we're going to see Perry now. I think this is definitely where we're going to see him overtaking on the hangar straight. Depending on what, his battery consumption is actually gone. He's got no battery to defend himself this time round. And you can just see Perry's reeling him in. Is he going to go down the inside? I thought we were about to see a dive down the inside in the form of a Ricardo special of a late braking zone. Perry and Botskimo. What's happened there? Why did it say Perry and Botskimo switch place? Well, did they? They haven't. On my end, I still see Botskimo in... What's happened? Oh my God, I must have pressed the wrong button. Botskimo is right behind Perry. Perry's done the masterclass for a move there. Great stuff to see from Perry. And great defensive work from Botskimo as well. Fantastic work there, man. Great stuff. But now, Botskimo, you got something to catch him now. Can you get your position back? 15 laps have undergone in this track. We've still got a few laps to go, 3 laps left, so anything can happen within 3 laps. We've seen it happen countless times. And honestly, if anyone can do it, Botskimo can. Because it's been a great race for him. I'm pretty sure it's his best race as of so far. I might be wrong, or maybe he got a podium last year. I can't really remember all much. But if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. But nonetheless, great stuff from Botskimo. Fantastic race so far. You know what? It's crazy because we actually haven't got as many penalties as I thought we would. We've got quite a few, obviously. We've got big ones like 9 seconds, 10 seconds from Botskimo here, which sadly he will not be finishing in the P5 position he wants. But nonetheless, let's go into P3 now with Godzilla and Charles. Godzilla has been chasing down Charles for as long as I remember when it comes to this race. And Charles has got no battery consumption. But is he going to try and go down the inside here? I don't think so. Into Stowe, I would have... Okay, I was going to say, that would have been a bit of an unruly decision there from Godzilla. We have seen them battle it out side to side. So honestly, anything is possible. Within 2 laps left to go. We're nearing the end. 13 seconds ahead is our driver, Shelly. Man, I just can't imagine this. My lord. It's just, you know what? When you see Shelly up ahead just that far, I would always wonder, like, I would think I'd be quite defeated if I was the driver. But obviously, these guys are a class of their own as well. Mind you this, these guys have beaten Shetty before. Derek has beaten Shetty, so has Godzilla, so has Charles. A lot of these drivers have actually beaten Shetty. It's not impossible, it's just when he gets into his groove of his car, there's no stopping him, it feels like at times. Godzilla, oh, looking down the inside there at Charles. Charles gone a bit wide there. Out of left field there. Now it's a Woodcote. Now we're seeing him go down to Cops. We've seen this multiple times before, and I always think there's going to be an overtake here. Obviously, with the distance now, I don't think so. But let's just see now, actually. We'll check the battery consumption. And it's just Charles with the defensive work. He's not going to have enough battery going down the hangar straight, which is a shame, because I think we're going to see an overtake here from Godzilla onto Charles. Charles is not going to really have much of a defensive strategy here. Like I said, due to the battery consumption, he hasn't got much feet to stand on. And it shows, look at just the pace of Godzilla. Is he going to go down the inside here? I don't think so. Once again, bit too far back. But nonetheless, it's still great stuff, because honestly, it is amazing to see. I love this type of racing. I love just the mere milliseconds between each other. That slight difference. But although Shetty 14 to 15 seconds ahead of the drivers, it's just the competition is very hard to beat. Derek right behind Botskimo on the penultimate lap of racing. It's just, look at that. If you look at it on the track map right there, you can see Shetty is actually, if I'm not wrong, he's by Luffield already. That's insane. Now, I can only assume we're going to see an overtake here from Derek onto Botskimo, because, like I said, Derek's going to have more battery consumption. He's going to have way more battery and a more chance to overtake him, especially with the DRS. We're going to see it. Derek goes down the inside of Botskimo. He's going to keep the move, and he gets it done ever so sweetly there. Through goes Derek into P5. Botskimo pushed down to P6. Great stuff from Derek. An amazing overtake there from Derek. A lovely overview cam there as they live Woodcote now into Cops now. Fantastic stuff. Botskimo, is he going to be able to respond in enough time? Mind you, this being the penultimate lap, there's really not much room and much more time to get going. But, like, honestly, with one lap left, anything can happen. But not a lot can happen at the same time. It's very much 50-50. But we're going to have to watch Shetty soon as we start the last lap of the Silverstone Grand Prix. Shetty leading it by 15 seconds nearly. It's absolutely mental what a drive he's had today. VDF Eagle with a 3-second time penalty now. 12 seconds of time penalties. Botskimo, sadly, you haven't won the penalty points this year. So far, it's VDF Eagle who's won it. The championship, this race at least, it's definitely Eagle's race to win. My God. So now the drivers obviously slot into their own positions. It's the last race. There's not much more they can do. And whatever they're going to do, they're going to have to try and do it as soon as possible. Especially if you're Botskimo, who wants to try and get P5. But even then, with 10 seconds worth of time penalties, there's not really much you can do. The only thing I could say that Botskimo can do is try and get more of a distance to GAD53. GAD53, obviously, he's not had the greatest race this race at all. Silverstone has not been kind to him whatsoever. But in the end of the day, it just happens. Sometimes you have a race like that. Sometimes you don't. Derek, though, is chasing down Perry in the last stages of this race, which I don't understand is how he's doing this, because honestly, it's absolutely mental to think that we are in the last stages of this race and we're going to see an overtake potentially from Derek into Maggots and Beckett goes Derek. Derek gets P4 from Perry. Perry had nowhere to go there. Derek with an absolutely ludicrous overtake from a non-conventional place to overtake just before Maggots. It's absolutely mental. As we're going to go into P1 here, to watch him go across the line, Shetty spins across the line into P1, and Shetty wins it in Silverstone. But let's go back into the action here with Derek and Perry. Derek gets the position done, and he moves it ever so lovely. Charles into P2. He finishes the race. P2 there, closely followed by Godzilla in P3. A great race from these three drivers, and Derek with in my opinion, my driver they completely in P4. Fantastic drive from Derek there, considering what he went through. Botskimo with 10-second time penalty. He'll be finishing P6, number 53 in P7. Laggy with not the greatest race in his books in P8. Ninjax in P9. He will be finishing there. We'll be seeing Wilson in P10. And then to finish it off is going to be Eagle in P11, who's just come into Maggots now. Some of these drivers didn't have a great race this race at all in Silverstone. But you know what? It happens sometimes. But I will definitely say my driver of the day is definitely Derek, because that was a electric race from him there. Fantastic to spin out in the early stage of the race, but then absolutely send it and put himself up into the top positions there. P4. Honestly, Derek, if you're watching this or hearing me at this moment in time, give yourself a pat on the back. A fantastic show of display there. Absolutely fantastic. Now we're going to be watching the drivers finishing off here, and that's it, guys. That is the end of the Silverstone Grand Prix. And you know what? Like Bot's Gilmer's mom said, this is a classiest finish. You know what? Exactly. He had a spin. I think it's quite a lovely way to end it there. But that was it. That was Silverstone. We see Shetty come out once again. He's shooting everyone with it. He knows what he's doing. And the 3 drivers there, all British, in home Grand Prix. You know what? Great race nonetheless. But let's look at the standings and how it's going to change here. And here you have it. This is the standings of the race. An electrical race. P1 for Sherry. Charles in P2. Godzilla P3 making up 5. He made up quite a lot of positions. 2 positions there. Great stuff from Derek. From Derek P4. He lost it. He was in P3, but nonetheless, great comeback drive. Perry P5, Botskilla P6, Gad 53 and P7, Laggy P8, Ninjax P9, Wilson P10, and VDF Eagle for P11. But that was it, guys. It was lovely having you, and I'll be back next race in in 2 weeks' time. Now you will see me back on your screens, and I will be updating you all on our Instagram live. So keep us there, keep updated, keep watching, and I'll love to see you in 2 weeks' time. Have a great little break, and the drivers bring the intensity back to the next one. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Have a lovely one.